Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for a Wes Craven written and directed film, his next to last movie, right before Scream 4, matter of fact, from 2010. This is a film that I saw back when it came out, not in theaters, but on straight to DVD, or, DVD release. Anyway, My Soul to Take is a film that the only reason I own this is because of, number one, nostalgia, number two, because I bought it on my honeymoon, and I was hoping that it would be better than I remembered it, and it is not. My Soul to Take, you probably heard a lot of hate for over the years. Personally, I'm not a Wes Craven guy. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Scream. And I think that's about it. I like Cursed. From what I remember of Cursed, a lot of people hate that. Maybe it discredits my opinion about this movie or previous films I've reviewed for people, or future movie reviews I do. But My Soul to Take, I think, is one of the worst slashers I've ever seen in my life. Modern or old, I don't care. 2010 is when this came out, like I said, and it's almost an hour and 50 fucking minutes long, and it is dreadful. Everything about it, from the directing of it, the camera work, the acting, it's horrible. The writing is awful. Everything that could be bad about this film basically is bad, with a concept that could have been better and execution that I think would have really made this stand out. Now, the general story of this film, again, and Wes Craven wrote and directed this, in case you forgot. I love a lot of things Wes Craven did, but I do not think he was a good filmmaker. I think there's a lot of evidence to prove that he is not the master of horror. I think that title very much goes to John Carpenter more than anybody, personally. But essentially, My Soul to Take is about 7 babies that are born on the night the serial killer, called like the Riverton Ripper or something like that. It's kind of like a Jack the Ripper throwback or whatever. He's killed, these 7 babies are born, and supposedly this killer had a bunch of souls inside of him that have supposedly, possibly, went into these 7 different babies the night they're born. And 16 years later is what we cut to after a crazy murder cold open that takes place over like 15 minutes. 16 years later, it's the 16th birthday of all of these babies that are now teenagers in high school. And some of them are friends, some of them are not. They kind of have this little yearly ritual they do to try to ward off the Ripper. And something happens with that goes wrong. And supposedly, a killer is in town again that is going around killing these different kids that were born on that night. And no one's really sure who it could be. We follow a main guy named Bug, or nicknamed Bug. Let me tell you, everything is bad about the film. I said it already, I'm going to say it again. The writing, the acting, everybody. Directing, camera work, everything. The lighting, for fuck's sake, was terrible. The cinematography was horrible on this movie. With a really cool poster like this, you'd think it'd be better. And they have, again, this idea of this killer going after these kids. The way some of the twists are kind of revealed, there's not many twists, there's maybe like one actually, now that I think about it. The way that was explained, I think it would have been better if we went into the film not knowing about the souls thing or the kind of supernatural element to this movie, and it's a waste. I fucking hate this movie, to be honest with you. I think My Soul to Take is one of the biggest wastes of money ever. It was one of the biggest flops that Wes Craven had ever produced in his entire career, and it shows. I personally think Scream wouldn't be as good without Kevin Williamson. I don't know what the magic sauce was to make Nightmare on Elm Street so good. I don't think it was just Wes Craven, despite what everybody says. But, whatever. Personally, I think Wes Craven seemed like a very sweet, humble man. When I see him on, interviews like Never Sleep Again, or just interviews in whatever time period I saw him in, on YouTube or whatever, he always seemed like a very sweet man. So I don't want this to seem like I'm going after him. But his movie making, I've never been a fan of it. Never saw Last House on the Left aside from the remake. Never saw the Hills Have Eyes original films. I only saw the remakes of those. I just don't have any interest in this guy. I've watched Serpent in the Rainbow and I fucking hate it. I've watched People Under the Stairs. I fucking hated that too when I saw it back in the day. I've only seen it once when I was a teen, so give me some break there. I might like it more now. But My Soul to Take is everything that I don't like about Wes Craven movies, typically, like Serpent in the Rainbow, put into a 2010 low-budget slasher that should have never made the money it made. And the fact that this was released in 3D when it came out is even more insulting, because there's not a single shot in this that could have been well done in 3D. It was post-converted, I assume, and it shows. This movie is garbage. The killer in it looks like trash. He kind of looks like, you know in Insidious, that one guy that walks back and forth on the patio and then he walks into the room the next shot? He looks like that guy, but worse. He looks like low-budget 90s straight-to-video slasher fodder, if you will. I hate it. I think My Soul to Take is awful. I'm glad I got this one out of the way and I can just put it over to the side. I wanted a slasher movie to watch, and I was hoping again that this would have aged better than I remembered it, but man, it did not. What a bad movie. Good God. Anyway, have you seen My Soul to Take? What do you think about this piece of shit film? I'd love to hear everything you have to say about it and Wes Craven down in the comment section down below. If I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, once again today, along with Ninth Configuration, I'd give it a 1 out of 5 stars. I hated that shit, and I hate this shit too. So anyway, what do you think about all of it? Put it down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all, and goodbye.